Welcome to Schema Stories. My name is Martha Van Berkel, and I'm the co-founder of Hunch Manifest and Schema Apps. We've launched these series to bring the stories of real people in sort of non-techie language and talk about their stories of using Schema.org Markup and how they see it fits into their overall strategy, their business, and what they've learned, and other tips and tricks. So today I'm joined by Becky Duncan, the co-founder of the online TV site WTV PC, and she joins me today from Florida. Welcome, Becky.
Thanks, Martha.
So we're going to kick off by just easy questions. So tell us a bit about yourself and your company.
Well, like you said, my name is Becky Duncan, and my husband is Dan Duncan. We are the co-founders of WTV PC. So we were kind of looking for our next act in life, and for a number of reasons, we wanted to start an online venture. So we got interested in the area of internet TV, streaming TV, seeing it as a rather unsettled industry, a chaotic one, even kind of undergoing this rapid change as technology is being developed and adopted. And so a space that, could hold some opportunities. So we developed the website as a place to really introduce people to TV channels around the world, let people know what is available that they can watch online, and help people really navigate the confusing world of streaming TV. So the site is still kind of in that awkward teenager phase, I would say, but it's maturing a little every day.
Wonderful. And so today we're going to talk a bit about sort of like Schema.org and Semantic Marketing, but first let's kind of start at a higher level. And what role does organic search play in your overall business strategy?
Well, it plays a big part. We rely on organic search to get people to most of our pages. We do some, blogging, and we are a Google News approved website, but mostly for the vast, majority of our pages, we're completely reliant on organic search for people to find those. We have so many pages that organic search does become a huge part of generating traffic.
And maybe tell us, when you say so many pages, like tens of pages, hundreds of pages, can you tell us a bit about like sort of the scale?
We currently have over 14,000 pages.
Okay. So doing stuff at scale. It is a lot. Excellent. Thanks for qualifying that for us. So tell us, how did you first learn about Schema.org Markup, and why was it of interest to you?
Well, my husband and I, as newbies, really started trying to learn as much as we could about online marketing, and soon came across this thing called structured data. And we had no clue what it meant. So we started exploring it. And the more we learned, the more confused we were. But there was something about the concept of schema markup that made some intuitive sense, even without really understanding it. Just with the mind-blowing volume of content online these days, you can easily see that search engines need a better way to quickly tell what a website is about. Trying to pluck out keywords is really kind of crude when you think about it. So it did make some sense that this was, something that really we should look into some more.
And how would you describe kind of semantic search marketing or structured data in your words?
Well, I still have a hard time understanding it, to be honest. But I guess I would say that semantic marketing means directly telling search engines what your content is about, who it's meant for, and that really helps the search engine to be able to properly serve it up. So instead of kind of hoping that the crawler picks up the gist of what one of your pages is talking about, you kind of tell it in no uncertain terms, in very structured terms, what it's about. So to me, it's a more proactive, empowered way of promoting your content to search engines so they can hopefully promote it to actual users.
Yeah, we love it because it's something you also control as a website owner, right? You get to determine what goes in that structured data and what's being told to Google.
Yeah, that was a huge part of the appeal. It's like, here's something that we can, actually be active about doing that feels, better than just kind of waiting and hoping that the right keywords get, crawled on your site.
Exactly. And talk to me more about sort of the value you see from it. So you talked about it sort of something you control. It's something that sort of like isn't guesswork so much. What are maybe some of the value components? How would you describe the value maybe to someone who's just learning about it?
For me personally, it's too soon for us to have any hard data to evaluate the value of it. But I do not think that you and Mark are lying. So I think that there's a tremendous amount of value there in terms of taking control of your site and getting in front of people via organic search without these other methods that don't seem like they are that effective anymore. I'm talking about keywords and other SEO methods that, a lot of people have probably heard about. It seems like those are kind of going by the wayside as new and better technologies come along. And I think schema markup is the new and better technology, if you call it a technology.
Yeah, and so time will tell for you, right? Whether the results actually show it in the numbers.
Yes. So in 3 to 6 months, you can ask me again, and we'll have glowing reports to show.
Awesome. Hard data. We like hard data.
Yes, we do.
So in your journey, as you and Dan were sort of trying to navigate sort of in this world of online marketing, what were some of the resources, or where did you go to learn about sort of online marketing and structured data?
Well, we went to schema.org, and we went to the websites of some of the experts in the industry, although mostly we really could not understand what they were talking about. And we went to Hunch, and that's when we called in the real experts, you guys,
to try to translate it.
Yes. We said, all right, we've read enough. I need to talk to somebody and ask questions and get some answers.
And that really resonates with me, Becky, because, as someone who's been working with structured data and semantic marketing as the sales and marketing arm, right? I've been sort of exposed to this for 2.5 years, but it's only, I would say, in the last like 2 to 3 months that I really am starting to get it. And Mark Van Berkel, my co-founder, he was saying, we're talking about sort of like who are the best people to understand and do this type of work. And he was saying, you really need to find philosophy majors because
philosophy majors.
Yeah, because he was saying that, the idea is like something exists and then you're describing how it exists and its relationship to other people, which is really a philosophical question more than a technology question.
Wow. You don't think of philosophy people getting involved in online marketing too much, do you?
No. So I thought that was just a really interesting perspective from his standpoint, where he started, through his studies, through his master's, and he's saying, well, it really isn't about the technology. The coding can be automated as we do through Schema apps. It's actually more defining how does this thing exist and what is its relationship to the world and to other things. So
yeah,
there's a call out to philosophy majors who are listening to this. Give us a call because we think you'll be really good at doing semantic marketing.
Yeah, that kind of does make sense because a lot of these things are so abstract. It's a thing, and what type of thing, and yeah, I can kind of see that.
And the other thing that I'm finding, again, through my experience is it's also like how things are connected. And so, if something has, like an offer, and an offer is like a thing that is sold, and then sort of what is that, how is that offer described, and does it have a price point, and does it have an output, and what is that output described as? And it's like all these kind of almost like chain of things that are connected. So I'm finding that sort of really interesting. The other thing I'll throw out there, because I think this is really relevant, because I know you have so many international TV channels on your website, is sort of, have you sort of gotten a sense of like how the semantic web is connected? So for you, like making sure that even international viewers are finding some of your channels, I think is interesting, and how you sort of connect the fact that it's TV in Cantonese. And therefore it's available here, and therefore these channels are available. So it'll be interesting sort of if the markup you put on your site sort of helps connect those things.
Yeah, that is interesting. And it's kind of something that we're now starting to think about more now that the site is up and we've ended the development phase, is the international audience. And I think that it is reflected somehow in the work that Mark did on our pages. But that is interesting, something to look at.
And maybe, Becky, we get to clarify for our users. So what type of schema.org have you used on your website? So what are some of the things that you've done to enhance WTVPC?
We have our station pages. So for each channel that we have on our site, those are marked up as television objects. I feel like I should have Mark here giving me hints. Those are also marked up as reviews because we have review data on those. We also have a number of articles on our site that talk about the best stations for celebrity news in Hindi and other, lots of, it's really from the really broad to the really specific. And those are marked up as collection pages. They feature a number of reviews on them and a number of individual TV station listings. We also have markup on our site for articles, news articles, and blog postings.
So kind of the whole gamut.
Yeah, I was gonna say I probably could have done a better job with the station page markup, but it kind of went in my brain and then left it. So I'd have to actually pull that up and look again at how those are defined.
Television station. I just looked it up for you.
Awesome.
Good old structured data testing tool, which kind of comes to the next question is, Becky, sort of, as you've journeyed and sort of been on this journey where we've kind of coached you as well as you've been sort of doing your own research and markup, what have been some of the aha moments or things that are just like, oh, I wish I'd known that when I started out on this journey? Anything that sort of was a aha moment?
Well, first of all, I think, it was, at the beginning, it was, a decision and a discussion, making the initial investment, and hiring Mark to do the page template markup. And I'm so glad that we did. I think if people have a lot of pages like we have, and you can get Mark to do that page template, that's going to save a tremendous amount of time and stress. I think that it's really smart to have him do, kind of the home page and the contact page, because then you have peace of mind that it's done right. At the beginning, I said, I don't want to do it wrong and then worry whether I've made mistakes or not on this. So I'm glad that we had him do that work. And really taking advantage of the other resources you guys provide, like the videos and the training sessions. It's just helpful to have, somebody kind of walking you through things as you, kind of stumble around learning the ropes.
And I understand because before I record those training videos, I'm the person stumbling. So I've been really trying to walk in your shoes and other sort of people doing this so that I can better then help people who are not sort of thinking about this all the time. And so the tools are there. It's just a matter of like, well, why? Asking the question why and having someone to be able to provide us that answer.
Yes.
Excellent. So one last question for you, and a fun question. This, we'll see, sort of Martha's random question of the day. What's your favorite type of sandwich?
Ice cream.
Ice cream sandwich. Nice. Nice. Now, fun that it's also, an Android software type. Maybe tie it back to technology.
That's right. That's right. I'm a Macker, so.
Right. No ice cream sandwich on your phone for you.
Nope. Only in my hand and in my mouth.
Excellent. Any parting words, Becky, you want to share with our audience?
I would say, don't wait until you feel like you know what you're doing to get started, because then you probably never will. So even if you do feel like you're groping in the dark, just go ahead, start marking up your pages, start using the app. And the best way to learn is by making mistakes and then fixing them.
Yeah, because learning how to fix them is part of the journey, right?
It is. It really is. I think that's the best way to learn. And this stuff is great too, because if you do make mistakes, they're not going to break your whole website. So.
You got it. Awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining us today. Becky Duncan from Florida, the co-founder of WTVPC. If you love watching TV from other countries, check out their channels. I know I've joked that I like to watch Sky broadcasts of Scotland rugby. So that's what I use WTVPC for. Thanks and have a great day.